There we go. Start.
Okay, if you're still
streaming.
doing that, Skylar, what day are you
Start
on?
recording.
I'm on near the end of day 6, I think.
Okay.
Go.
I got a little lost in there for a minute because I kept getting interrupted a lot.
There we go.
Yeah.
Start recording, and we are back. Okay, welcome everybody to another episode of Rocks Fall, Everyone Dies. I'm here with the Amber family. This is episode 41. That's a 4. That's a 1. You put them together, you got 41 or 14. I'll let you guys choose. Anyway, regards to that, what happened last time, Mio?
So previously, as the Amber turns, Demolis, Vetter, and Mio had a discussion around a campfire outside of town. We camped about a mile away, closer to the King's Road, and we had a discussion about what our plans are and with the town, and potentially are we stopping for many little things, or what are we doing after? We decided to table that conversation and discuss with Antony a little bit, or Anatole, sorry, about some cold iron, because that's a thing for the Fae, and we found out that the church generally buys it all up. We discussed a little bit about the assassins, and he knows that they were hired by Richard. So we decide to leave Anatoly outside of the creepy corn town as we go back in. We know that the birthday party starts at 7 p.m., but we have some things that we wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we decide to go back into Goldsfield. And as we're walking in up through the road between the cornfields, we see that there's a carriage or a cart that was driven off the road at one point. And let's see here. Mio sees there. Mio hears that there are whispers coming from the corn. They are saying, "Hide, hide, hide." He is watching. Hide, hide. Demolis whispers back, "Who is watching?" And in Mithrian we hear, "We wait in the field. Hide, or he will see you." Better than cast non-detect, and we decide to walk into the field to get to the wagon. We climb up onto the wagon, and there are two scarecrow. There's a scarecrow sitting in the driver's seat, and two scarecrow horses. The back of the wagon is filled with goods. Like it's a merchant leaving town with the wagon full of stuff. Vetter immediately starts to loot. Demalis kind of climbs up and looks around. And Neo goes and inspects the scarecrow, all while remaining within the non-detection range. When Demalis kind of climbs up, he sees 30 scarecrows randomly throughout the corn that surround us. Mio sees the one that is sitting in the driver's seat, and it's made of wet and ripe corn stalks that are still growing down, like the feet are growing into the cart. They're rooted to the ground. The clothes of the scarecrow are very nice. There's a shopping list of things Vetter finds, and he finds some fancy things as well. Mio gets curious and knowingly steps out of the bounds of non-detect. She can feel that the scarecrow is trying to tell her something, so she really listens into it. It tells her to run, and it's behind her. She steps back, warns the others, and Demalis happens to see the corn starting to spread as something very rapidly approaches the cart. We run back to the road, and as soon as we get to the road, Mio looks back, and nothing follows out of the corn, but she knows that it was Anthony. We basically book it to the chapel. It's a one-story high chapel made of stone. There is a single bell and a single board blocking the door. We essentially break into the chapel and find a woman carved from wood, painted white with flowing robes. Her eyes have been up by the pulpit. Her eyes have been gouged out and corn jammed into her mouth. Neo removes the corn and basically tries to clean up the statue a little bit, realizing that this is Saint Celeste, who is good aligned and is of healing and compassion. Demalis thinks Anthony senses through the scarecrows. There are 3 scarecrows sitting in pews or around. We were able to find a basement, and it seems to be where they were storing tithes. Demalis notices that there is a presence missing while we're in the basement, like we're not necessarily being watched. He notices that there's a lot of stones with etchings and crystals on there, so we feel fairly secure. Mio and Vetter have a little confrontation as he tries to loot a holy place, and Mio's not cool with it. So that happens. It's fine. It's just she's keeping an eye on him. When she is looking around, she does find Father Armand Use's journal, basically where he kind of tracked things and discussed, his reflections. And he does say that about 4 months ago, he was approached by Martha Bell in a confession. She was harboring a child that came from the corn that answered her prayers of having a child. He shares that her husband had died in a war, and she was running the farm, and all the farm hands had run away. They went into the corn and never came back. She gave the child the name Anthony, the name of her dead husband. She taught it to be good, and the child took to it to be happy, and it became obsessed with being good for Martha. The farm animals would run from Anthony. She was afraid the child might have magical powers, and the father gave her prayers to say. In a later entry, he claims that the child was possessed, and he was going to attempt to exorcise the child. He would cast the blessings of the church. Didn't go well. One of those scarecrows that we found upstairs was probably the father. As we leave the church, we notice that Samwell is watching us. There's also an old lady smiling on her porch, and next to her is a stuffed duck made of corn, and then a 12 or 13-year-old kid refilling the scarecrow in the center of town. There's a stumbling man leaving the tavern. So we decide to go to the Bell House. This time, Demalis is the only one who can see the small boy sitting in front of the front yard. He hasn't approached Anthony yet. This time, Mio doesn't see him. As we approach, Anthony is humming the fall courtier music. Demalis starts humming along. That's when Anthony turns around and talks to him. and tells him it's his birthday and that we're here to see his mom. And Anthony says that she's in the basement crying. He goes on to share that he really likes it here and he wants to stay. Mio is able to see him when he allows. And Anthony shares that someone followed Mio here and Mio got very scared. Like she went white as a ghost. While all this happening, Vetter is going up to the door, greets Martha, and asks to talk inside. Martha thinks he's a devil. She goes for a pitchfork because it's Vetter, because why not? And he convinces her.
I didn't hide my face.
Yeah. We were able to convince her to go inside, and we had shared with Anthony that we were going to have tea with his mom. He's building a fort, and there's a sign that says no girls allowed. So we go inside.
Wait,
and
aren't you a girl?
we go. I'm not allowed inside his fort that he's building. Mio's not allowed inside the fort he's building outside. We go inside the house, the farm, with his mom, and she tells us that she's made a special cake with Sherpa leaves, knowing that Anthony will get sleepy when he eats them. And basically, we get the understanding that anything she says to Anthony, he takes as truth. And she shares that when he wants to be her child, that he had asked for his leg back. The child asked for his leg back. However, whenever anyone has seen Anthony, he has both legs. Mio notices that his shadow doesn't have a leg. It's missing one. As we leave, the fort has been completed. It is 4 stories high. Anthony's inside. There are no girls. The sign, no girls are allowed. And there is another sign that think happy thoughts or else. And we're given a warning in an envelope. There is a new doll and a stuffed duck at the scarecrow in the center of town. We decide to start this session. Like we can still do stuff in town, but the idea was that as a party we would start session at 6:30 because we told Martha we'd be there a little early to help at the Bell House. So the party starts at 7. We're planning to be there at 6:30. What we had, and that's the end of the recap, but what we had discussed even previously to that was that we believe that a spirit has latched itself onto a child, and if we get it back closer to the portal, which I believe it was Vetter Demolis was able to identify is in the cornfield behind the house. I forgot the name of it. Hold on, it's in the notes. Not a Rakshasa, I know that. Tony, what's the name of the thing? The spirit that...
Oh. Shoot, I sent that to you. Let me see.
Yeah, no, I have it in the notes. I just have to find it. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's essentially a Fey spirit has possessed the child. Riftshire.
Yeah.
A child possessed... Riftshire, yeah. A child possessed by a fall court Fey. And to get the child out, we need to get the Riftshire back to the portal, and it will be ripped from the child. So our first goal, is to get the child, Anthony, to the portal, which will be after he eats the cake. If that doesn't work, none of us are cool with killing the child, but chucking the whole thing into the Fey. And you guys correct me if I'm wrong.
What do you mean chucking the whole thing into the Fey?
The child, because it's the spirit itself wants to go back to Fey. But the child, Anthony, may not want to be that close to the portal, because then I'm sure it's going to be painful to have a party you ripped away, but to the best of our knowledge, it's the only way to save what could potentially be a child.
Okay.
A mortal child, essentially.
So run through those 2 options again one more time for me.
We want to get Anthony close enough to the portal where the Riftshire is pulled from him.
Yeah.
That's the main. That's our main goal.
But if that does not happen, we're willing to toss the kid in.
we don't know of another way to get the child out and free the town.
Tony, is there anything I can do with lore to be able to figure that out? This is not my specialty, but I am a bardic lore guy.
Yeah. We could say during while you've been away, right? This could be maybe the thing you and Tamir were working on. We're trying to find ways to think about, brainstorm ways for it. Go ahead and roll a arcane check.
The 19 on the die.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Let me see what the
and we're using.
has.
Oh, you're good. 26. Okay.
26.
Oh shoot.
Thanks for. I got your message about updating the spell. Thank you.
Yep. There we go. 26 is good. Basically, you think Magic Circle could probably do it. Maybe Dispel Good and Evil would be a route.
What about hitting the kid with the smite?
No. Banishing Smite would do it. Right? Basically, a spell that unpossesses and banishes a spirit would do it, or entraps a spirit would do it.
What about Channel Devotion, Sanctifying Light that blinds Fae? Would that affect him?
It would blind the Fae, but it wouldn't push it out.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
So banishment, banishing smite, magic circle, dispel good and evil. I think there might be a few other spells that do similar things.
I don't think I have a banishing smite
Yeah.
at my current level.
I think there's probably some bardic spells, but I think they might be higher level than what you have.
I have banishment.
Oh, well, so I will share this information obviously with the party.
Yeah. Now, the higher the spell, the better the chance. The lower the spell, the lower the chance. Right. So.
Right.
Right. Well, with that though, I have banishment, not banishing smite. So my concern is banishment is going to do both. Although, Tony, could I get an arcane check or history knowledge check on that?
He did it before, so it should be good. We're using the roll room, right?
Oh, are we? The roll room?
Yes, I'm using the roll room.
Okay.
Where is the roll room? I don't actually.
I don't have that.
I got it here. Hold on. You talking about the Wednesday TOV thing?
Yeah.
Just copy the link. Hold on. Roll copy. Come on over here. Make sure they can tell you.
Roll dice with friends.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. Yeah, that should be it.
Did y'all get it?
Yeah.
Should say like Wednesday TOV, but it's fine for. There we go. I just renamed myself on top left. Anyway, you don't have to roll because you got like a 26. So I mean, banishment could work for it. It's just there's going to be one the save, and then two. There's going to be it might be able to try to come back because the rift still exists, right? So there might be basically instead of save one, it's going to be a save every round, and you'd have to keep it up for 10 rounds.
Yep.
But it could work.
That's making somebody who's powerful fail 10 saves in a row.
There's ways to bend luck to your. Yeah, there's.
We have done it before with some of the members at the table.
If a way to make that work better would be finding a way to close or weaken the rift while it does that. The reason why we keep coming back is the rift still exists, right? You're banished to another plane, but if that's like making me walk out of the room, but I can walk back into the room, right? Because the rift still exists, and that's your problem.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I love it when I quote a movie and everybody gets me.
Didn't Vetter and Sebastian and Penny destroy one of the portals under the other church? Or not the other, yeah, the chapel?
That was a portal to the rift, right? So the rift is growing, and it's creating like tendrils, gates underneath the town, kind of like roots growing out from a stalk of corn, right?
Okay.
That's what they did. It does slow down the growth. You just have to find more of those and do that. But that's more of like a stemming issue because roots are going to keep growing until it's ripped out from the stem.
Right. Nope. Yep. That makes sense. Okay. But we do know that if he eats the cake, he'll have those leaves in it, the Sherpa leaf, and it will calm him.
Yes. Calm and possibly pacify him. And if he's on the other side long enough, right, he's banished, he can't come back, right? It closed because the only reason that gate's open is because he's on this side, both physically and spiritually. If he's on the other side, the gate starts to weaken and close until it's gone.
Yeah, because we had talked to Martha about going to the portal with him as part of like, that's a birthday tradition. And because she says it's so, it is so. Right. So it's the intent is to get to the portal.
Yeah. You just know that he's very resistant to going back there, and he tells people, no, don't go back there. Right.
How many scarecrows are between between us in that spot where we meet up with him and the portal?
You know that all the scarecrows are like in the field. You were able to feel roughly where it is, where it's in the southern cornfield area. It's difficult to say without more scouting how many exactly. You just know that there's a lot of people back. Oh, go ahead.
We know where the portal itself is because when we were upstairs talking to Martha, Vetter saw it.
Out the window.
Yeah.
But do we have an idea, given the number of scarecrows per capita we've already saw from your other expedition to go see the carriage, if we applied that knowledge to that area, roughly how many scarecrows are we going to get dig through?
I would say about 10. About 10.
Do we have any idea how difficult they are?
You guys have never fought a scarecrow in this, so.
We assume fire will kill them.
Yeah, I hope I had my other characters who would like to blast fireballs. I don't know
if we want to kill them, though. They're townspeople.
Well, you know, if it's them or us.
I'll send flowers to the funeral.
Yeah. Try as hard as we can not to kill them, but I'm not going to risk my life.
I mean, we're risking our life for a kid we barely know in a whole town. But sometimes, what's that line from the Mummy? Destroy a few hundred people to save everyone. Was I murdered to do it? Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if that's the right answer. That may have been more Ray than Sebastian.
Sure. So with that metagaming, then Tony, would you say that we at 6:30 we're going back inside the house? Is Anthony still in his tower?
Okay. So you guys go back into the house. Okay. Go back to the house. As tradition, roll me perception checks to see if you can perceive Anthony. The DC is 20.
Perception check, then.
Yes.
I didn't. You said it's 20. I didn't make it.
20. Yeah.
I made it.
Yep.
I rolled like shit the first several games.
It's too small.
You don't know.
I made it.
Okay. Just got Demolus left and Tamir left.
Nope. I rolled a 1.
Gain so far you and Mio gain a luck.
Oh, I can spend a luck to re-roll that, right?
It's 3 luck unless you got the feat that makes you spend it for 2.
I spend it for 2. Because that's the halfling thing, isn't it?
No, the halfling thing is something else.
Oh, sorry. Once per day on a failed save, you re-roll a die, regardless of whether you succeed or fail, and generate 1 luck.
Yeah, you get a luck and you get a re-roll. That's the halfling thing. There's a feat where you can spend 2 luck instead of 3 for re-roll. Normally, for the if you don't want to spend that, it's a 1-for-1 that upgrades the roll. So you could spend 5 luck and have +5 to it instead of re-rolling, right? It's
good.
Yeah.
So better, you made it, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. And Demolus, what'd Demolus get?
I made it.
You made it? Okay.
Since we are going to have time before we go in, I'm going to no, because the mother's already seen me the way I am. Never mind, I won't do that.
Okay. Sure. You're going at 6:30, which is slightly before the birthday party. Okay.
Which she knew. Yep.
Okay, so those that made the roll, as you walk up to the house, those that can see Anthony, Anthony is currently sitting on the back of a wagon, and it looks like he is grabbing pieces of straw, and it looks like he's stuffing it into clothing, like he's trying to make some kind of scarecrow. The scarecrow has a painted face that is made to look like. Give me a second. Let me roll to see who it is. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people here. Okay. A painted face to look like Mio.
Like who?
Mio.
Leslie's
character. It's enough that you can tell, but it's still like a child's painting of a face, except for the painting is starting to it structurally, maybe an illusion is starting to it's like a bad illusion. It's like an illusion, but it was drawn on. So it's 3D, but that's the only illusionary part. The rest of it is scarecrow, as he's stuffing a straw and hay into clothing, and it's got like some sticks to stand it out and stuff. So you guys go inside.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
You.
I ignored him until we walked past him. I was quietly the rest of the party. Did anyone else just see the kid there?
Not this time.
I did. He's
Yeah,
Do
making
you want to go talk to him to keep him distracted?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Let's do that. Y'all keep going on until we'll see you in a minute or two.
Yeah, okay. You shouldn't go alone to talk to him.
I'll go with
No,
him.
we're not. I'm going with Vetter.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh.
And I steer Vetter towards him.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds fun. We'll run the first scene with those that are going to the house, and then I will do flip backs every once in a while to you guys.
Sounds good.
Okay. The door is locked. I assume you knock.
Yes.
Okay.
Mio go up and she'll knock and she'll say, "Hi, Martha. It's Mio."
The door opens, and she says, "Mio." Speaking in Old Felorian, Mio. Yes. You're early. Come inside. We don't want to ruin the surprise party.
Yep, we're here to help decorate.
Mm-hmm.
Smiling.
Yeah.
Goes inside.
You guys go inside. She shuts the door and she pushes a chair against it. Not quite locking it, but pushing it so it looks like it would be a barrier or maybe make a noise. Someone tried to open the door. She says, and she goes, "Happy thoughts. Welcome to my home. You're here early to help me set up. I'm preparing the living room, working on cooking the cake, and of course, boiling for the tea. Looks like she has. It looks like she's working on making the cake right now and the tea, and there is setting up the living room. It does definitely looks like she has a lot to get done. The scene is yours.
I would offer to help
Okay.
set up or bake or do something.
Okay.
So
Yep, me too. Just put our hands to work.
There
yeah,
is.
because that.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go on.
There is the setting up of the room. There is the baking of the cake, and there is the making of the birthday drink. The birthday drink and the cake are both lined with the leaves, and it looks like her intent is to make the area where it's being set up have some blind spots in it so that she can converse with other people and maybe like try to like secret him away different maybe the cake or the drink. Her plan is the cake first, and if the cake fails they try the drink, right, as a backup. And there is also the wrapping of his present as well, which is also got some stuff that looks like it's lined on it, where it's like maybe like he touches it and it's got like some contact stuff. What do you guys want to try to do?
Mio is proficient with herbalism, so she would help with the tea and the cake.
Okay.
I think that
you can help with one. You got to pick one. There are 4 options.
I mean, if the cake's first, she'll go with cake.
Mio's helping with the cake.
I am not proficient with herbalism at all, so I will help with the room setup.
Room setup. Okay.
I also have insight.
Okay.
And perception, so perhaps that can help with figuring out out of sight line places to have private conversations.
That sounds fun. Demolus, what do you got? Which one are you doing?
Well, since I've got the poisoner, makes sense for me to maybe help with the drink.
All right, spiking the drink. I love it. All right, those people that have herbalism, go ahead and roll herbalism. So proficiency plus wisdom or intelligence, your choice. And Tamir. Tamir, go ahead and roll me a perception and a sleight of hand check.
Ooh, okay.
It's a skill challenge. Role play 1, skill challenge 1 there. There we go. It's weird. I'm seeing the roll room update.
Yeah, the roll room is locked for me, so it's just like the button isn't there, so I'm
That's weird.
refreshing.
Okay.
Light can't be reached. Love that. Okay.
Oh, it shows you rolled. Shows you.
Yeah. I rolled my perception, and then I rolled my sleight of hand. My perception was an 8 total, but my sleight of hand is a 23.
Ooh, boy. Okay, so -1, but then like 4 successes. So 3 successes towards the skill challenge. I love it. All right. Mio, what'd you get?
So with the roll of 9, and then you said proficiency plus wisdom. 17.
17. Okay. Demolus?
I am having trouble finding my proficiency.
Proficiency bonus for your level is 4.
4. Okay. And then I'm sorry, you said wisdom or
wisdom or intelligence.
Okay. Um, so the um, 15.
15. Okay. That is another 2. Okay. All right. Given those successes, that is 3. That is what you need. You guys are successful. You are allowed 1. Since you have 2 more successes than what was needed, you guys are allowed 1 reroll in the scene with the series of events with Anthony to either make him re-roll or you can re-roll, depending on how the night progresses. Okay. Switching over from the baking and the drink making and the merrymaking back towards Anthony, Vetter, and Sebastian. So Anthony's there. He looks like he's kind of stuffing the torso currently right now. He just can't seem to get it right, and every once in a while he rips out some of the corn and he'll stuff in like other stuff. That's what he's doing, unless he's engaged with. It's your scene.
Hey, kid. Anthony, right?
Oh, it's Sebastian. Hi.
Hi. What you making here?
I am making a Mio.
Oh. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I never want her to leave. So if she ever has to go away, I'm going to keep her. Here, a copy of her.
Oh. How are you doing that? Can you show me how?
Oh, sure. Sure.
We're talking about Sebastian here. He is genuinely pleased to learn how to make, I don't know, copies of things. As a bard, he's like, I've already been traveling for several weeks with a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
This is cool.
Well, the secret is I have to as I take pieces in, I have to think about Mio, and then as I put them in, if they don't feel like Mio, I rip them out, and then I keep doing this until I feel and I believe that this is Mio, and when I believe this is Mio, this will be Mio.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far along are you? That's a very long process.
It's a very long process. I'm hoping by tonight I'll have it done before the birthday party. And then I can show it to Mio. And then Mio and Mio can be friends.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be really fun. I haven't made one of these before. But if I can make it, it'll be like me.
There you go. That would be really cool.
This is very creative.
Yeah. It's very hard. It's very, very hard. It makes my head hurt when I think about it.
While I'm around this thing, because of my natural ability to sense magic and see it, what is it looking like to me?
It's looking similar to like some kind of homunculus.
If he brings this to her, will this do anything to her?
Roll me a. Do you have detect magic up?
I do because of the sun.
Yeah. Well, great. Go ahead and make me a roll. And since this is almost like an item, you get advantage because you have the sight.
All right. So here we go. 1 second. Sorry, I have to get to the right. Oh, not 2d20. Just roll 1d20. There we go. So that's 26 or... Yeah, I'll go with the 26.
26. Your vision. You feel 2 emotions. They're not your emotions. But by perceiving magic, when magic is perceived, it becomes real, right? A lot of magic is not only making the gestures and making the waves, it's believing in it, right? Your magic is stronger when you believe in it, when you realize it, when you can visualize it. And a part of detecting magic is opening yourself up to magic and its ability to be visualized and felt. You feel two emotions. One, avarice, and the other one, hunger. This thing is going to be greedy and hungry. And you're reminded of what happens if you make. There's a reason why you make the higher level magics. You don't make too many backups of yourself because they want to eat each other because only one you can exist in the universe. It is a universal constant that, like a magnet, a soul is attracted to itself. If this thing meets Mio, it's going to want to eat her and possess her because there can only be one Mio.
All right. Okay. Ooh, wait. Do I have that feature yet? Did I take that? 1 second. Sorry. No, I don't have it. It would be so nice if I had that right now. That is amazing. What you're doing there.
Mm-hmm.
It's if you do it right, you will make another Mio.
I will.
But I see you're missing a piece right over there. You might need to look at that. I'm trying to get him to overly obsess on pieces so that he messes it up.
Okay. Roll me a deception check.
All right.
Hold on real quick. I may have a spell that might be able to help here.
Okay.
Let me double check.
It's like, you've been around me long enough. I'm not the most deceptive person, but
no, you're not. I'm going to use a bonus action spell.
Okay.
Which I think is a very quick flick of the wrist is all I need to do.
Yep.
Roll a d4 and add the results to your luck points, even if it exceeds your cap. Now you got to use them in the next minute, but I'm giving you luck.
All right. So I roll a d4 with my d20, right?
Yeah. Now I'm hoping that both Anthony is distracted and this is a quick enough spell that he won't notice this.
Well, Skylar, you add a d4 and you add those to your luck points, right? So go ahead and roll.
To my luck points.
Yeah, to your luck points.
Right.
You
but
can
go away if you don't use them.
Yeah.
I had 4.
You had 4.
What else can I use luck points for? I'm sorry. Give me just a second so I can.
No, I'm with you. I know that luck is useful. I can never remember how it works. This are all new mechanics.
There are 2 things you can use luck for currently, outside of like some subtype stuff, and there's a couple things. But you can use it for a 1-for-1. You could blow all 4 points to give yourself a +4. You can always do this after the roll, right? Luck applies after the roll. Or you can burn 3 of them to get a re-roll. Right?
Okay.
Better than adding.
And you blow that 3 after you roll, right?
Yeah. Luck has the advantage of after your roll, then you can decide if luck takes a factor.
If I have enough luck points, can I do both?
I mean, you spend the 3 for the reroll or 4 for a +1. You could spend 3 for a reroll and then blow the 1 for a +1.
Plus anything else you have on top of it. Like you have 2 already, this can go past your 5.
Right.
Yeah, I think I already have 3 currently. So
that's 7.
Yeah.
That could be 2 different rerolls if you wanted it to be, right? It's
Enjoy your luck.
So I'm gonna reroll. I'm gonna use 3 for a reroll.
Okay.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna use 3 more for another reroll.
Okay.
Oh, God. Kill me, man. There
There
you
you
go.
go.
And you got one left if you wanted to use it. If not, that's one of your natural luck. You can keep it.
I'm gonna stick with that because that's 22.
22. DC was 20. I probably should have called out the DC first. He turns around, looks behind him, and starts going over like different corn. He's like, "You're right. You're right. These ones are better." And he just starts like grabbing the wrong pieces. I will give him disadvantage on his roll to create a homunculus Mio.
All right, that was a good expenditure of two of my luck points plus the 4 you gave me. So
As far as I'm concerned, I call that spell a win right now.
yeah, it is.
So while you guys
notice, I like to play buffing characters because it's kind of fun to do. I mean, anybody can blow shit up.
It's real hard to play the buffing character and get that just niche little bits in at the right time. It makes it more fun.
So while you guys are
dice rolls, so nice job.
So while you two are out here, while they're in there, distracting him and keeping him from being able to assemble it correctly, I will roll in the roll room. I need to roll a 15. I have disadvantage, so I'm going to roll twice. The first one's a 17. I do get a roll with disadvantage. I need to roll a 15.
Done.
I did get above a 15. You guys, I mean, rolling above a 15 on disadvantage is really hard.
Before you do anything, hold on.
Okay.
We have the spell that can do this. Hold on. Nope, that doesn't do what I thought it does. Give me a second. I'm just checking.
Okay.
There's no gambler's disadvantage.
Not well. There is at higher levels. There is one that does other stuff. I think there's one that literally rips luck away. And there's some other stuff.
No, I was wondering if I could give them negatives with luck.
Yeah, I know. There is something, but it's a higher level spell, I think. Shattering Note.
Yep. Nope. The one I thought could do it was Clash of Symbols. That's not going to do it. That just works on deafening people.
Yeah.
I suppose that I could use Song of Forgetting, but unfortunately it wasn't me who said it. It was him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I got nothing.
Okay.
Can I distract him while he's doing it? Can I roll a persuasion to distract?
I would allow, because this is subterfuge, right? So he's already done deception. I would allow a sleight of hand. Maybe as Anthony's like putting pieces in, but he's looking away, you're like trying to sneak them out. I will allow you, and it will give him another roll. The downside is if he does catch you, he might get angry with you. There's a reward, but there's a risk.
Okay, I've got.
It's a sleight of hand, and I will say that the DC is 18.
No. Well, can I give myself my gambler's advantage myself?
Yeah, you can always cast Gambler's Advantage on yourself. It's a bonus action. This would be another turn, separate from it, so you could give yourself some luck.
All right, let's do that real quick. Give me a roll, D4. I get 1, but it gives me to 3 luck points, so I get a reroll.
Okay.
Let's set it aside.
DC is just 18, which is high, but you do have advantage.
I have a +8. I'm going to risk this.
Okay.
Don't let me die, Gutter. Got it.
Got it on the first one.
22.
22. All right, I will roll again. I need to roll This is 3 rolls now. I need to roll below a 15.
We use so much luck on this.
We have.
He fails. You have.
Oh.
He keeps
Look
trying.
at Leslie's face.
Yeah.
Tell me this isn't worth it just for Leslie's face
Yeah.
over here.
Now, describe to me how this
My
works,
nightmare
right?
fuel.
Describe to me what you
Right.
do. Paint me the scene.
So he turns around and he looks at the other corn stuff out here and he starts to go for it. And Sebastian leans forward and takes some of the twigs that he just put in there and looks satisfied with and palms them.
Mm-hmm.
He reaches into it, pulls them out, and pushes over. Now he hides them in his robe. Not his robe. He's wearing metal. No, he does not hide them under there. He hides them in his hood, like I've got.
Okay.
I have a hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
I can use this as a pocket. And I will hide them there.
Okay. It is.
I can do that by reaching my back.
Yeah, that sounds appropriate.
Now, if he asks any questions, I have an answer for that too.
Okay.
I don't want him to.
As he's pulling those things out and he's putting them in, I'm pointing at little specific pieces, making him look the complete opposite direction at the same time.
Okay.
So I've used the 1 luck point plus 2 of my other. No, I haven't used any luck points. I got that in my first roll.
You still have them
I still have 1 point to use if I need to for something in the next minute.
in the next minute, but the minute will pass. But it's okay. You still, it's a good safety. So.
Yeah.
All right. So he is unsuccessful by the time his birthday is coming around to creating a Mio. Kind of slumps down. He kind of looks sad, and he's like, "Well, maybe tomorrow. It's not done
Hey,
yet."
it's good. It's a good try, man. This looks really good.
It's
Yeah.
always really hard to get good magics done in the first try. But this was great practice.
I know. I kind of wanted to keep her before, her teeth get stolen. Oh well.
Oh well.
Before our teeth get stolen.
Ah. Oh, look, people are starting to show up. He's pointing towards the far side. People are slowly starting to come to the house. It's not a lot of people. Maybe like 10.
Do not turn my back on him. Do not. I can look away.
Yeah.
Not turning my back on him. I am not. Shall we go inside?
Yeah, let's go inside. It's my birthday, but don't worry. It's a secret. But don't worry. Birthday secrets are okay to lie about. It's the only time you're allowed to lie.
Okay. Filing that away under useful information.
As you guys go inside, paint me a scene. So it's Tamir. You've been putting the room together. You get to describe what the scenery looks like. Mio, you get to describe what the cake looks like. And Damalis, the drink.
So there are a cluster of spaces, kind of your standard almost cafe setup, where there are, a table and a few chairs, and then over there's a table and a few chairs, and then over there. And there are too few chairs. It is very clear that there are going to be a lot of people standing around. And hopefully the people will help hide some of the conversations that are ongoing. It is Tamir's plan, and she's short too, so don't forget that part. It kind of looks like you can kind of go around a corner and there's a little table set up there, or there's a line of potted plants and stands, and there's a seating area over there. It's very chaotic and not the kind of thing that you would standardly see in your normal kind of open room party space. It is very clear that there are spaces that are set aside where there's no direct line of sight, or there's going to be bodies standing in the way. She did set up kind of a buffet table, but there's a table over here, and then there's a table across the room for cake, and there's a table across the room from that opposite the buffet for presents and other things. And it is deliberately set up in a way that more people will be standing around and blocking sight lines.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like that.
So people begin to pile in, all of them with awkward smiles. Uh, um, you guys follow. Anthony walks up to the door and he says, Jan, I'm coming inside now. I'm very tired. And he opens up the door. Well, by opening up the door opens itself. Just opens up. And he walks in, and everyone goes, surprise! And they begin the birthday party. As we begin the birthday party, this one, everyone is somewhat in on the secret. You can tell that people are smiling and trying to hold it in and not to think bad thoughts. For this, again, it's kind of like a skill challenge, right? We're kind of a montage of the birthday party. There are a couple obvious, objective things that you want to have happen. One, you don't want anyone kind of giving away the secret, right? You've got to keep everyone up on the performance of, this is a birthday party for a child. We're definitely not drugging. So one of those I would say would be like a performance check, right? Trying to keep everyone in character. So whoever would be thinking that maybe a performance check to do that, feel free to be that person. The second one would be keeping Anthony happy, right? His mood is mercurial at best. So maybe like some kind of persuasion or insight check, right, would be required for that. Whoever wants to do that one, keep the birthday boy happy. Another one would be distracting Anthony from conversations if somebody starts to break character, or if something starts to look aloof. So some kind of deception or sleight of hand would be acceptable for that as well. And I would say those, since you've already added the concoctions to the item, the two options, you have two chances to do this in question, would be good. So who wants to do the performance, and how do they do that? Who would like to keep Anthony distracted with a persuasion? How do you do that? And who wants to be in charge of kind of like distracting Anthony, right? And how is that done? Feel free to butt in.
I can do the sleight of hand distracting thing because I'm a circus performer and an acrobat, so
yeah,
I can do that.
Okay.
Mia's had a lot of experience talking with children, and she's really good at the persuasion. Or at least she's got a 9 in it, so she can do that.
Okay. And who wants to keep up the performance of the play?
You go with what?
The performance of the play.
I can keep up the performance.
Okay. You will have the performance check. Sounds appropriate. So, I guess first things
Figure either
first.
me or Sebastian.
The bar.
Okay. All right.
You
I'm okay at it. Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. If we need a backup, I'm happy to back up a couple of these.
Yeah.
I've got a decent sleight of hand, and I know Demalis does too.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
Demalis and I are utility players in the team.
Yeah. Well,
we can play infield, outfield, workout.
Yeah. Since you guys are free, you can choose to give one of them advantage. So, Sebastian, pick who you're helping, and Demolish, you can pick who you're helping. You just need the skill to be able to help them with it. So.
Let's see. Sleight of hand versus, what was the other one that
A performance. Performance.
Or persuasion.
Or persuasion, if you want to be the talk.
You're going to love this. I'm not proficient in either one of those two, but I am a sleight of hand, so I'll be helping out Tamir.
Okay.
Yeah, and who's doing what this other ask?
Mio is doing
persuasion
a
and performance.
persuasion or insight check, and then Vetter is doing a performance check.
I can help with insight.
Okay. So you're helping keep the birthday boy happy. So, Tamir and Mio, you guys get advantage. Skylar, you roll like a normal person.
Do we roll now?
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. That way we just kind of have it. And remember, you guys do get one free reroll. But you can choose to reroll a roll or give Anthony disadvantage. Which I will note, he is having to make a save against the poison.
I'm closing roll dice with friends, and I'm reopening it because I just rolled 3 11s in a row.
Gotta love that.
Oh wow, yeah.
I don't even see that.
I only see one.
I go down.
Oh my God, you did.
Oh, you roll nothing but 11s. Statistically hard.
I'd close it too.
I closed it, reopened it, so
Yeah,
the ST gets
I-
to tell me if they want me to re-roll that
Well, 11's
11.
pretty good. It's 11 plus what? Like, what do you got?
12.
12? Yeah, so that's a 23. That's really good. Plus, like, aren't you a certain level rogue? Don't you get, like, an automatic, you can't roll below a 10?
I get an, yeah, if I
certain
roll below a 10, I get an automatic reroll.
Yeah. You can't fail at some stuff. So, but yeah,
No.
that's definitely a success, right? That's
So that means the rest will move right back.
yeah. Go for it. Mio, what's your total?
23.
Son of a bitch, you guys are doing good. Vetter,
19.
19. Everyone did really good. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, dressing up the scene. Skylar, you keep the play going. You see a couple people starting to crack, like the pressure's getting to them, and you kind of walk up to them like, "Isn't it nice that it's Anthony's birthday and the birthday is almost done? Just got to keep the birthday boy going." And you pull balloons strategically in good places, and whatnot to keep like the mood going and keep everyone thinking the same thing, keeping happy thoughts, and not that way they're not too loud, not too soft, not ruining Anthony's mood. Tamir, you are doing a good job of keeping Anthony distracted, right? Keeping his focus narrowed down so he isn't looking at everything around him or maybe using any of his powers, right? If he feels that something is aloof. Mio, he's in a very good mood. You and Demolis you're entertaining him and his very awkward, fayish sense of humor going. So Demolis, I assume, like making birthday animals or something like that out of balloons, which occasionally animate and start making noises. Mio, talking him up, keeping him going. And all of this has kind of come around to the moment where the mother brings out the birthday cake, her hands shaking a little bit, setting it before Anthony and cutting him a slice. Anthony looks very happy. He reaches his hand in and just rakes in a large chunk of birthday cake. And he says, "I'm the birthday boy. I get to eat the birthday cake. This is eating." He just stares at it, and it starts to slowly disappear in his hand. I gotta pull up his sheet. So, Anthony has to make a Constitution saving throw. He has a +4. Oh, go ahead.
With the rolls that we had as part of the persuasion, can I get him to eat another piece of cake? Like, it's your birthday. You should get to eat as much of this as you want. And since you're the birthday boy, you can have 2 pieces before anybody else gets another one.
Right.
Even gets there first.
He seems amenable to that. So you guys choose to not burn the previous one, but because of all the high rolls, burn that point to give him disadvantage to this roll. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Sorry, that's the disadvantage to the one that we got before, because I didn't mean to take that from the party.
No, you guys have 2. You got 1 from the high rolls, and then you had 1 from previous from the setup. So.
Okay, sorry. just don't want to take it. Sorry, 1 second. Boys are being naughty.
Okay, no problem. I will make him roll disadvantage. The DC on this roll is 15. He has a +4 to his Constitution saving throw. So I need to roll an 11 or above. I need to roll an 11 or above with disadvantage to succeed. If he fails by 5, he is asleep. If not, he gains a level of exhaustion towards it. Does that make sense? So to succeed, he has to roll less than that. But if he fails by 5, then he is out cold. No need for having him try again. Rolled a natural 1, son of a bitch. No need to re-roll. He eats it, and he eats the entirety of the birthday cake, and his eyes roll back, and he slumps over. Anthony is out.
Can I catch him? Can I catch him?
Catch him.
Catch him. Hey, folks, it's time for the processional. I don't know that he can't understand what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take him on the birthday processional. Martha, would you like to lead? I'm going.
Yes. She reaches out. She grabs a little quick light torch, lights it, and she's like, "Follow me to the birthday processional to the south." Like Vetter said, everyone, happy thoughts, happy thoughts. And you all walk out towards the southern cornfield.
While I start singing a lullaby, very quietly.
As we're going, I'm going to cast non-detection.
Okay. Who are you casting non-detection on?
I'm going to stay in the middle,
Okay.
and I'm casting it on myself. It
So
extends.
everyone within 10 feet. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that I'm trying to keep all the people close to us.
Okay. There's too many people to keep close within 10 feet. There's like 10 other people here outside of Martha.
I'm going to tell everyone who can't stay within a comfortable area of 10 feet of us to stay at the house, please.
Okay. They're amendable. Okay. You know how it's not a hard sell. Like you look to the back southern cornfield, you notice the lights. There's like an aurora borealis that's like ground level around there, and the shadows kind of move, and people are like, "Yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, sure, I'll stay behind."
That's right. I'm thinking a happy thought that I'm not walking out there.
You know what? You just made my day.
You can advantage for that.
As you guys walk back towards the southern cornfield and you start getting closer, feel free to roll an insight check if you would. And I gotta see who gets depending on the roll, who will get a perception check.
18 for Mio.
Okay. DC is 20. Sorry.
DC is 20.
DC is 20 on this one. Insight.
Inside.
And then project.
Oh, I got a 28.
Whew.
I got a 22.
22. Demolis, you get advantage on this roll.
Oh, I do?
You do.
Okay. No, 14.
Okay. Sebastian, better.
22. Sorry.
As you're holding and getting there, you are feeling a physical pull, like something's pulling you, Sebastian, towards the southern field, and you're starting to feel fear. It's not your fear; someone else's fear. It's fear, and it's not Anthony's fear at all either. Now that you've made it second roll, you guys are allowed a perception check. DC is only This one is also a high because it's trying to see a shadow at night. I hate saying 20. This one's a 20 because you're trying to perceive a shadow at. Actually, there's a torch. We'll lower it down to 16.
I'm using a luck.
Okay. This only Vetter or Sebastian get this one because it's the insight.
Oh.
Right.
Okay,
Oh,
so
just the
7.
people who made the insight. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say you
I
lowered
made
it?
the insight.
Yes, I lowered it.
Okay, so I made it then because it's 18. I rolled an 18.
You
I'm
rolled
plus
an 18.
11.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Did you not make the insight check?
I did not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
So it
did.
would have been Tamir that is allowed the perception. So
Yeah.
And perception. So, and it's a 20,
it's actually
16.
a 16 because there's a torch.
16. Oh, well, I got a Frankenstein 20, so.
As you are carrying Anthony's body towards the southern cornfield, both Tamir and Sebastian, feeling that, you start looking around because it's not Anthony's fear. You notice his shadow is trying to crawl away, and it's trying to crawl towards Demolus, and it's like moving towards him. It looks afraid. Additionally, what was your totals on the perception check? Because beating it by 5 gives an additional thing.
I got a 22. It was a 20. No, it was an 18.
There's a 16.
It was a 16.
Wait, hold on. Is that the one we just did?
That's
Yes.
the one you just did. That beats it by
I
5.
did not make my thought. I got an 18.
Oh.
You got,
I got an 18.
But Tamir, you got a 22, right?
hang on, let me double
You got
check. I got a dirty 20.
Ah. Okay. There is a shadow. You notice it doesn't have. It looks like it's missing its left leg, and the shadow is crawling towards Demolus frantically as you are heading towards the southern fields. Let me know.
So we both noticed.
You both notice that.
Y'all cut out again, so I'm turning off my camera for a minute or two.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
So we notice it heading towards Demolus.
Head towards
Okay,
Demolus.
I'm going to start. I can see the green flickering lights ahead. I'm pointing, you can't see me anymore. I can see the green flickering lights ahead.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go slightly off course to get further away from Demolus.
Okay.
And I'm going to look at anybody who may have noticed this. Do I notice that Tamir has noticed this?
Tamir has noticed. No one else has noticed.
Yeah, I look at Tamir and I'm like, get that away from Mal.
Get away from, sorry, I can't hear you.
Get that away from Mal.
Get that away from now. Ow.
Get Mal away from him.
Okay. So I'll move Mal away from
Okay.
the shadow creature thing.
Okay, so you're trying to get Demolus away from the shadow.
Right. Right. We don't have to. Sometimes I don't have to punch you. Sometimes I have to punch the floor and make you fall.
Yeah.
Right.
Demolus. Well, you interact with Demolus. You're good. I won't stop you. The NPC is unconscious right now.
Hey, Demolus.
Yeah.
Let's we need to go this way.
Okay. Why?
Shadow people, we need to go this way.
Which way are we going?
Just away from the shadow person. So let's
Should I head towards the fissure? Or
yes. The rift? Yeah.
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 Okay.
So you both kind of move ahead towards the rift, farther away from Anthony in the shadow. Okay. Okay. You might be extending outside the 10 feet. Just letting you know. You okay with that?
I mean, isn't there a way to stay within the 10 feet and
I can pick up.
head
I
towards the
can pick up
rift?
the pace. I know what's going on. I can pick up the pace.
I would say it would be difficult because you're staying right on the edge of it. but yes, I would say it's possible. We're gonna check. It's a timing thing. It's perception based. I would say it's only probably like a 13, right? Probably difficult for you to fail. Go ahead and make that. Actually, can you even fail on a 13?
Demolish who you?
You, Tamir. Tamir, can you even?
Oh, Tamir. Yeah, I can fail on a 13, but I rolled a 14, so
Oh, you're
that's
you're
just
fine.
a straight 14 without
Yeah.
any pluses.
That's fine. I know you can't roll below like a 10, so I was like,
Below a 10. Yeah.
Because if
Yeah.
you could even like not fail, then I wouldn't even make you roll. So I was like, yeah,
That's
you're
not
fine.
there.
Anyway, you are able to work with Demolus, and with your excellent perception, right? So you have a low light vision too. It helps. You're able to measure and keep exactly within 10 feet inside the edge of the bubble, right? And not break outside of it. Since you have non-detection on, I don't have to have anybody else make any other checks versus fear from the cornfield because it can't perceive you. So, okay. Describe the scene. Actually, I'll describe the scene, then you tell me how you want to interact with it. You make it to the southern field. As you pass through the corn, you're not feeling that overwhelming presence you were before, probably thanks to Tamir's Vetter's non-detection.
Vetter's non-detection, right.
The corn, you push past corn stalks, you're with everyone else, there's a nice light of a torch. The light is less effective as you get through the corn because the corn is physically in the way of the light, but you still are able to see, and most of you have low light vision outside of Mio. Yes, Leslie.
As the light would dim,
Mm-hmm.
Mio would pick up like just a rock or something from the ground as we're walking and use the cantrip light on it.
Okay. Make me a quick intelligence check. Investigation would probably be, or insight, I would allow. That would be better. Investigation or insight.
Okay, using insight since it's higher. 25?
25. Before you cast light, you do remember there are other people around and you'd be using magic directly in front of them and creating a glowing rock.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought they had all stayed behind, but no, you're right. Some of them came with. Okay, never mind.
Yep.
You're right. I wouldn't do that.
You hold it up, but you remember that. So, yes, you prevent that scenario. You continue through the cornfield. It is dark, but there is a little bit of a physical torch that is guiding it. The green and purple lights get more and more bright, though they do not cause physical light. It's like another shade of darkness to see through, like smoke in darkness. You can smell autumn, right? Like the smell of leaves. Anyone, I guess, that has allergies would understand that more than other people. The smell of autumn as it comes off you, the smell of change, of leaves changing, grass turning, being able to smell not just corn. As you reach towards the center, the floor, it's not muddier, but the floor you're stepping on feels less real, like your feet are starting to pass through solid earth as the earth is giving away to something else, and it itself is starting to fade away. You make towards the center of the cornfield, and the corn at this point is laid flat in a perfect fissured circle, and at the center you see what looks like a body of a person, deeply under decay, and they look to be crumpled in the center. And the miasma of green and purple seems to come here and coalesce at this legless body. I would say
or two, or one leg or 0 legs.
one leg.
Thank you.
The body is missing a leg, but the leg on the person is wearing a darker colored clothing, kind of like a button-up shirt, a good sturdy belt, probably like pants. They're faded though, somewhat. Interesting sigils on them. I'm going to require a medicine, which would be a straight roll or an investigation check at disadvantage, unless you have a healer's kit proficiency, in which case I will allow the investigation check to be rolled at normal. So
Anybody can do that?
anyone can do those to the group. It's a dog pile roll. Either straight up medicine or investigation with a disadvantage, unless you have a healer's kit proficiency, in which case the investigation as the alternate is at a normal roll.
Mio has a 23 medicine check.
Okay. Very
Shut
good.
the hell up.
Yeah, right?
Did anyone else make it? DC is 20 on this. I hate to keep on saying
It is a
20.
dog pile roll. You said it's a dog pile roll?
It's a dog pile roll. And you guys are all seeing it. It's just seeing if you are able to put the pieces together.
I rolled a 1.
You said an investigation check?
Investigation is at disadvantage unless you
Is it
have
disadvantage?
proficiency with a medicine kit.
I'm checking. I thought I did. Where are my kits? I did not put them all in the same damn place. That's on me.
Or a healer's kit, I think it is.
I rolled another dirty 20 for medicine.
Medicine. Nice. Okay. So Mio and Tamir have made it.
Give me a second.
Well, I rolled an 18 for investigation.
Oof. Close, but 2 off. Go ahead and gain a luck, Demolus. And better. Don't forget to gain a luck as you have failed. Or, sorry, better.
I'm going to roll twice on the investigation and pray a whole lot.
Okay.
It's a 20, you said?
The 20.
Lowest roll has a 9. Investigation's plus 11.
All right. You've made it. Okay. Tamir, Sebastian, Mio. You three are able to, through different means, and whatever seems the most germane to you, right? Mio, some of you being more medical, able to like look at the body, understand where things are put, able to like, almost be able to understand like if I reverse necrosis, I can understand what this person would have looked like, right? Through your understanding of medicine and bodies. Sebastian, looking at the clothing, looking at like the belt, the little symbols on the body, the necklace around the neck. You are looking at what looks to be the dead body of Demolus. A one-legged Demolus. Scene is yours.
So we can see this, but we can't figure this necessarily out, can
we? I've given you the information, and I've given you what you can see. The rest is up to you.
Is Demolus not Demolus?
Well, we've run into dead selves before. I mean, we saw Crypt Penny. Demolus, personal question. Do you have both of your legs right now? Like, both of those are original feet, right?
I believe so. But at this point, I would also realize that that's me in the cornfield.
You didn't make the roll, but if other people tell you, I'll allow you to. The scene is yours to roleplay. It is your scene. You believe what you want to believe.
It's makes some sense that there would be other versions of us here because we've already seen them. Demolus, we need an answer. Are those your original legs that you're currently standing on?
Why do people ask me about my legs?
Because that version of you doesn't have one.
That's me?
Baby? Can you just answer the leg question, please? I would like to not stab you to make sure both are real.
I have both my legs, but I might find out that they, not Smiler, the
Fall Knight,
Jacko Chains. Jacko Chains, I think it's your
Jacko Chains had mentioned that I had both my legs when we ran into him.
You did say that. I do.
You did say that.
Yes.
Tony, we remember that, right? Like the players remember that. Our characters, I'm assuming, remember it.
If the player remembers it, you remember it.
Yeah, that did happen. You know what's funny? It was said I never made it out of the mansion. We never found a dead me.
We haven't checked all the closets in the mansion.
You know that's fair.
That's a fucking sick.
I mean,
I'm pretty
you're
sure.
not going to find Uvula either.
I mean, as far as I know, I'm the only me. But Demolith still has his factory original parts, right?
Okay, so, I mean, we're here for a goal, and while I do think we should address the corpse in the room, I feel like we have a limited time for naps. So let's proceed to the portal. Yeah, we can see it now, Tony. Right? Like we can see
the portal. The rift is this body. It's opening up around it.
Mio, right before we get to that, what would be the theoretical fallacy if someone's soul was in the same timeline twice?
Don't have time for that.
That is something I will pray on.
Remember the homunculus of her that we just ran into that he was trying to make?
What homunculus?
Oh, we'll get into that in a second, but
Yeah, do you need to drop homunculus and then not?
You guys, we have a limited time for nappy.
it came down to if he was able to successfully make that, it could kill you, take your soul, and become you.
He was making a me?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Right now.
So what happens if there's two of Demolus and only one body?
Mio is going to approach the body. The dead Demolus.
As is Sebastian, because he wants this thing out of the kid. And the only way that I know to do that, Tony, correct me if I'm wrong, the only way Sebastian knows to get this thing out of the kid is to get it through the portal.
Yep.
Is it being sucked out of him now, or do I need to get him closer?
You feel the body being pulled towards the portal.
We don't want the body gone. We want the thing out of the body, right?
Yep.
No, we want when you say the body, you mean the dead Demolus.
No, I mean this kid.
The child.
Oh, okay.
I want the possessing entity of this kid gone.
But we still have to close the portal. So if we can get the kid to the dead Demolus, I can banish the dead Demolus?
Tony, are we trying to banish the dead Demolus, or are we still trying to banish the thing that's in the kid?
So your overall your overall goal is to get rid of the Riftshire spirit. So you think if you are able to physically hold onto the body while you're close enough to the portal, the spirit will be ripped out of it, and you will be left with the body.
Great, let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Walk as close as I can without being pulled to do it myself.
I'm going to give you guidance.
Okay.
Just as you're walking forward, I'm just going to pat you on the back. You got this, bud. Okay. You're stronger than me.
Keeping guidance in mind, Sebastian, this is going to be a strength check.
Okay, great. I'm going to use the Ode to Heroes on a bardic performance. I'm choosing a stat. My allies have advantage on that stat. That's that is strength.
Okay. Your arms are taken, but well, yeah, you can technically sing it. So yeah, you are good. So yeah.
Yeah. So I'm also going to turn around.
Okay.
So I'm walking back.
Okay.
The spirit can go out.
Yeah. You have advantage on this check now. I will give you a +1 since you've turned around backwards. Go ahead and make me a strength check at a +1 with guidance. Yes, Leslie.
Before we go too far with any of this, is there any reason, Mio would ask this to the group, is there any reason for the townspeople to be here? Can they go back? Like, we have how many that came with us? Because we said comfortably within 10 feet.
I would say about 4. 4 would be able to comfortably try to stay within 10
feet. If they leave, we're outside that sphere.
They have to stay with us until it's gone.
Okay.
Otherwise, they'll be attacked.
Okay. All right.
Is the shadow, does it have eyes?
Now that you're looking at it, now you're close, yes, it does have eyes. The eyes of the shadow are glowing, and it is crawling towards you. It is gesturing towards you. Almost as if it's trying to tell you something.
Are the eyes red by any chance?
They are red.
Your PC, Ross.
This is going on in Demouse's mind. I'm wondering if there's a connection between in Castle Amber they were making the clay people, and now here he's also making scarecrow people, and there was a room with a bunch of glowing red eyes. I'm not exactly sure what it all means, but I think maybe the dead Demolus maybe hosted the shadow originally, and is trying to get to me to possess me.
So all the more reason to proceed. To let's do this.
Is there anything that I would recognize that the shadow is maybe trying to tell me?
Yeah, possibly. Make me an insight check. DC is... Since there's a lot going on, I'm going to say it's a DC 16. DC is reduced because it's your shadow. But because you're trying to read a shadow, it's a 16.
Burn some luck points.
Okay.
It's either +1 or reroll.
Or reroll. You can burn 3 to reroll, or you can burn a 1 for a one-on-one basis to add +1 to the roll. So you could burn 3 to add a +3 to a roll if you wanted.
So let's see. So if I burn, I'll just read.
Just reroll? Okay, that's fine.
That's 16.
16. Your shadow is giving you a signal you know, a signal you recognize. When you try to tell somebody something that's important, there's like maybe some thing in Mithras where you like hold up your hand in a certain way to say that this is important. Your shadow is trying to tell you something important. At least it's saying it is. As it's crawling towards you. As it's being pulled also into the rift.
I don't know. I feel like the shadow is trying to tell me something. What do you guys think? Should I maybe try to make contact with him?
Sebastian, did you say it out loud?
Yeah.
Sebastian says, "What the hell you do? Do it quick! I am being pulled into a rift."
Do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay. I'll try and touch the shadow.
Okay. You touch the shadow. Sebastian, make that check. Did you make the strength check? You get a
Right.
D4
So I
and
have
plus one.
advantage on strength checks.
Yes.
So do I get 2 rolls?
No. You have the advantage, and you have a plus 1. Right? I'm giving you have the advantage from your ode to heroes that you were
Right,
doing.
from the bardic inspiration of giving me advantage on any stat check
Yes.
if I choose.
Yeah.
So I can roll twice if I need to.
No. You have. I was saying you have advantage because of your ode to heroes. You get the plus 1 because your back is turned and you're using that as leverage.
And you have guidance.
And you have a
roll D4 on
guidance,
top.
so you have a D4 as well.
I'm still very confused. So I'm going to roll d4. That's 2. So I'm plus 3 to this roll.
Okay.
Plus my stat, which is 2. So I'm plus 5 to this roll. What's my DC?
DC is 15.
Did not make it. Do I get the reroll from having the advantage?
Yes, you get the reroll from the advantage.
That sucked.
Hmm.
Can I get a reroll from burning those 3 luck points that I had earlier?
Yes, you can.
I chose the wrong time to suck. The best roll I got out of all of those is in the left.
Okay. You're holding on to him, and the pull is stronger than you think. You are flung through the portal itself as 400 pounds of pressure hits you in the chest, lifts you off the ground, and flings you through like a rubber band being shot through the air. As this happens, Demolus, you reach over and you grab your shadow that is also connected to the body, that is connected to Sebastian. I need you to make 3 checks. This is a skill challenge. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, a charisma saving throw, and an insight check.
Me?
If you make this, I will let Sebastian make 1 more roll. If he doesn't,
I'm making a new character.
you have a backup for a reason, as the portal would close behind you.
Tony,
Yeah.
would I be able to cast a spell?
I mean, if it's a reaction spell, this is all happening very
No?
quickly.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's fine. I just wanted to ask because I was going to cast Magic Hand, but it's not a reaction.
It's not a reaction. Yeah, this is all happening as fast as a rubber band can be shot across the room. So it's
Yep.
Yeah. So
I worked so hard to get this character done.
I know, right? You just finished converting your spells over, and now don't make me paint another miniature. God damn it! I have limited bandwidth. Do it for me.
Leslie's over here like, fuck you, I've lost one already.
I'm still trying to figure out how I can help, but
It's a week.
I tried every trick I know, but my strength is not that high. I rolled sucktastic at the last possible moment.
I mean, a 15 strength is really high for a bard. Like, it's pretty good.
It is.
Yeah.
Tony, would you count a bonus action as a reaction in this situation since it's all quick?
It's so quick because you did your action to help with this, right? Like it's
right. Yeah, I only have a bonus action spell that would even remotely help.
Yeah. So Demolus, what did you get for your wisdom saving throw?
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, wisdom.
Wisdom.
Okay. Let's see. 14.
14. Okay. That's success. That's 2. Charisma
Okay.
saving throw.
Oh, that's not good. 6.
Down to 1. You get an insight check. Since it's yourself. Oh, and gain a luck, I guess, since you failed the charisma saving throw. Since it's yourself, you can do an insight at advantage. It is your soul.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, natural 20.
Yay!
Natural
Yay!
20. To get 4 successes, you needed at least a 20.
Okay.
It's a natural 20. So demolish.
Yeah.
As Sebastian is flung into this portal, you reach and you grab onto your own shadow as you start to merge with your own shadow, starting to pull back a little bit. Describe to me the scene. And Sebastian, feel free to jump in as well. How does this play out as you are able to pull Sebastian back out of the portal before it closes forever?
I'm sorry. When?
Oh, describe what it looks like. The look, the feel. Paint me the scene. It's yours to take command of.
Okay. So I touch the shadow and instantly I feel like I'm pumped up with just an amazing rush of air, and I start to pull as hard as I can to bring everyone back from the brink.
Okay. Sebastian, how do you come out of this portal? Are you flung out? Do you crawl through it? Like what does this look like? Because you almost died.
Hold of the kid? Do I still have hold of the kid?
The scene is you can if you want.
Because the whole point here was coming to save the kid.
Right.
So Sebastian, you first see his hands come out holding the kid, and he pulls himself forward on his elbows. He's got to push the kid ahead of him.
Okay.
Paladin.
Okay.
And he starts crawling out that way.
Okay.
Does the kid appear to be better, or is he still being pulled? Is the entity out of the skid?
The entity is out. You were flung through, and then you were starting to be pulled back as the kid shadow is tied to Demolus as it's pulling through. You are able to get through.
Okay.
The green and the blue dissipates. The pressure that you currently don't feel, but you know exists in this area, starts to merge until it is gone. The body before you crumples into dust and turns into colorful leaves on the eve of change and fall, leaving nothing but clothes behind. The boy before you, as this turns around towards you, Sebastian, and he says, I was real. For a moment I was real. He holds your hand and turns to leave. Leaves and stalks of corn and a small child's toy. Pinocchio.
Was not certain. Did not read.
Pinocchio was never a real boy. He was never a child. But it did possess an idea. The shadow is fully free, and whoosh, it disappears inside your own shadow. Demolus. Two important things happen. First, your shadow that you have currently doesn't have a leg. You have a leg, your shadow doesn't have a leg. And it's kind of moving out of sync with you. Like it's somebody, you ever try to play mirrors with somebody like you're trying to mimic the movements they do as they're doing them, right? It's like somebody's trying to do that all the time with you to look like your shadow. Second thing, because you rolled the natural 20, you got the successes, I will give you 3 questions that you can answer, that I will answer for you truthfully. These things will be from Demolis's perspective on the previous timelines. As you suddenly absorb the memory of all the Demolises that have failed before you on all the other timelines. Demolis is killed by Jack of Chains. Demolis is crushed underfoot. A Demolis who had his leg ripped off and crawled through the Feylands until he finally succumbed to his wounds on top of this primordial anchor. All the other Demolises. You can ask me 3 questions about the previous timelines. And these are the 3 things that you will retain as 100, well, I wouldn't say 100, 14 different timeline memories rush through your mind.
And I have to ask them now?
Gotta ask them now. What 3 things do you want to know about the previous timelines?
Can I ask us to take a short break so I can walk the dog and give poor Ross time to wrap his brain around?
You know what?
It is 9 o'clock. So.
It is 9 o'clock. It sounds appropriate. How about we take, let's take a 15-minute break, and when we come back, well, Demolis, I have to answer truthfully, but it's from your perspective on previous timelines. So, I will.
Ross, thank you for that awesome RP roll-up for saving my character's ass.
And raise that dead, yeah.
Good job! Yay!
I'm totally impressed, dude. You win the RP award for tonight, man. That's awesome.
Right?
that was a trill, I regret.
No, you're a Klingon, and that means you have.
All right, and we are back. Let me turn off. Oh, do I have to hit the we're back button? Okay, I think yes, we are back. I gotta make sure these little buttons do it. Okay, cool. We have returned, everyone. Hello, everyone. Demolus, as you are rushed with the memories of 14 different yous from the different timelines. What are your questions? What would you ask yourself?
So these questions would all be from my perspective or the past perspectives of.
Mm-hmm. From your perspective of your past. That has not occurred, but occurred.
Now, would this be normal for elves?
Oh God, no! This is super odd for elves, right? You are this is in general this is unusual, right, for anyone, right?
Okay. So I guess my first question would be, why are we why is this happening where we are, and I'm kind of assuming that it's the progression of one Demolus dies and then another Demolus dies, and it's all adding up to 14 other Demoluses.
Mm-hmm.
Why is this happening? We are
okay. Why does
it's not too broad of a question.
Right. Why is the timeline resetting? Your vision shifts and changes, and you go into the memory of a Demolus. This Demolus, much older than other Demoluses, right? Your sleeks of gray in your elven hair. Your face a little bit more skinny, a little bit more gaunt. You see yourself in a cornfield, but not this one. You seem to be reaping corn. This is a Demolus that never went to Castle Amber. A Demolus that decided to live his life somewhere else. A Demolus who put up the sword of the Winter Court. You recognize that you are in the lands of spring. Distantly you see goblins walking around. Humanoidish, well-dressed goblins from Goblin Town, within the Spring Court territories. You remember, yes, now, you decided to give up violence, you decided to start taking up agricultural work, and memories of a life filled with happiness. Distantly, you see a small house with a chimney stack. A fayish woman stepping out, holding a babe. Your child. Demolus taking up a domestic life. As a smile creeps along your face, this 300 years. Thoughts of the outside, the chaos going on. Nations falling, gods rising and dying. Things far from the Fae. as you are removed from the world. You look at the outside, and the sky begins to crack and break. Something wrong has happened. You feel a pressure in the outside world, and before you can make it back home, the world is ripped apart as time breaks. Everyone is dead and gone. Something broke in the sky, floating, azure, purple. It's difficult to describe what it looks like when reality shunders, but it did. And everyone was dead and never existed at all. And then it restarts, and you see yourself again, a young child being born. Anyway, that's the best answer I can give right now from Demolis's perspective. That's the best answer you're going to get from that perspective, sadly.
Okay. Uh, let's see. I'm going to ask if um, if there is, if the ball court is behind what is happening to us, or if this isn't another question, is there an enemy that is running into all of us?
Okay. Your vision changes and fades. You are surrounded by some familiar figures. I'm going to roll 2 dice to see if any of you are here in this scene. Let me see. I'm going to say this is going to be D6 twice. 4 and a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sebastian, you are the only one that is here with him. Demolis and Sebastian. You look very similar to yourself, except it's been a much. You're in a different place. There's 2 other people around you, somewhat familiar. All of you are wounded in some regards. You've been through not just one battle. It looks like you've been through a series of non-stop onslaughts. You've been through a gauntlet to get to the point in which you are now. The memories of like, yes, this is what we did. We decided we decided to leave Averoin. We decided to start challenging the Fall Court. We have slain 3 of the Fall Knights, and I have to look up. This is why I have my reference material up. I need to find names because names are my You have personally spent years finding ways to get into and challenging the knights of the Lord of Rot, Nyleth, King of the Fall Court. You have personally slain 3 of his fingers, 3 of his plagues. You have found yourself here, and you are here to bring justice, because Nyleth is behind part of this. He's been harrying you this entire time. He has been working with the enemy. You find yourself in front of Nyleth. Dead bodies of other friends and enemies all around you. You stand before him on the throne of bone as he stands up, wielding a sword of rot in a 2-fingered hand, and in a 1-fingered hand he points at you and he says, Demolus, challenge me, do you? Slay my knights, do you? Reject my promises, do you? You do not understand. You don't understand what we have wrought. We are not used by him, but we are using him, for we shall sit with him throughout time, and there shall be all but fall around, all but change. There shall be only one cycle. There shall be only one answer. There shall be but one question. Mine. We seek change. Change is due. The gods bring stagnation and their laws. We have begot the laws, and what has that done to man? But brought him suffering. Rajat will bring us justice. Rajat will bring us change. Needless to say, you do lose the battle. If you were fresh, perhaps you would have stood a chance. But to fight the Lord of Rot in his own court, there were many losses. There was much blood. And he was too fresh. Your character dies after that monologue. Shortly thereafter, you put up a valiant effort, striking a few good blows. But not enough. Next question.
So I think, at role-playing Demolus, I would probably ask about my mother.
This is from your perspective.
Right, because I was raised at an orphanage. I never really knew my mother.
You did never know your mother. But is that true in every timeline? Give me a moment.
That's a really interesting question.
Give me a moment. I got to look at this.
I love the way you're thinking about this, Ross. Seriously, this is awesome. I love hearing this stuff.
Thanks.
This is entertaining as hell and thoughtful. Good role play.
Demolus, you find yourself a young, jovial man, dressed in many-colored garb. Beautiful oranges and browns and other purples and like faded, darker, brownish greens. You look to your left as you are being wed to a much fairer looking member of the Fall Court. You've lived your entire life in the Fall Court, and why shouldn't you? A bastard prince, a bastard child born to the Queen of the Harvest, RL, Queen of the Fall Court. But a bastard. Being married off, you find yourself looking back. Your father, Nyleth, Lord of Rot, has always hated you. You aren't one of his. You're one of hers. And she was unfaithful with a human. Despicable. But your half-sister, the Lady of Answers and the Lady of Questions, the twins, they've always liked you. They've always taken care of you. Your mother has had to keep you at hand's distance, but that's been fine. You are married. And on your wedding night, the king kills you in your bed with your wife. Because he can't let a half bastard have an heir in his court. The realization that your mother is the queen of the harvest, Illyrio. And that's probably why you never knew her. Because he would always kill you. Your vision comes back. Sebastian crawling back through the portal as it closes. The person he's holding turning into nothing but faded leaves and a small toy. Mio, go ahead and gain 10 concordance as you have fulfilled your clerical need. You have technically destroyed an enemy altar, and you have done a good deed. And better like reaching out, like trying to about to cast a spell, but realizing, oh, they got it. And yeah, Tamir, yeah, the scene is yours. I will back off. A lot's happened. I've done too much talking as it is.
Neo immediately goes to like the townspeople because they just witnessed all this, and so she's over there just giving comfort.
Okay.
Like it's over.
Oh yeah, they're freaking the fuck out. They've seen more magic here than they have in like 100 lifetimes. They could in 100 lifetimes. So.
Is there any vibe coming off the like anybody else coming out of the fields? Like looking around, we see the 4 people that were brought with us. We know that other people had gone into the corn. Is there any other movement or anything?
There will be soon. I'm giving you a chance to role play amongst each other before I interrupt with like stuff happening. I'm giving you the breather, so it's your chance to role play. If you choose not to, we can proceed with the scene.
I would actually go up to Demolis and be like, "Are you there?" And I'm looking to see, basically, trying to see if he's possessed. So it's Demolis.
Yes.
Can you tell me what we've done up to this point inside of Averroy?
Skylar, you have no idea any of what has just happened. I was just pointing that out. You're fine with your role play. I'm just giving you that context. Only he knows, like he has had that happen.
No, I know. I'm asking because I remember the whole shadow thing.
Okay.
And with that,
okay.
I'm trying to see if he was possessed by the shadow.
Oh, you're fine.
Because I have no idea.
Go ahead and go. I will step back. It's your scene.
Continuing on from that, as to how I feel and stuff, do I? I'm probably somewhat in shock at the moment, but do I feel like different, or I'd probably be looking at my shadow and kind of like
your
wavy.
So to let you know, and right now you're not entirely sure of it, but over time you're gonna be able to figure it out. First things first, you do gain the ability to use something like Mage Hand, as you're able to send your shadow out away from your body, and it's able to grab things and move them around. You gain that as an innate magical ability. The second thing is you can choose to raise your wisdom, your intelligence, or your charisma by +1 because you have gained the knowledge of previous lifetimes. One of those gets increased by 1. And with that, I'll step back. You feel free to role play that as you will. As you gain understanding that the shadow that's not yours is now your shadow, but it's not a part of you, but it is. And you can kind of control it. But also, it's trying to like mimic your movements, so there's going to be like, yeah, keep that in mind. That'll probably be a thing. Because your shadow doesn't look like your shadow as it's missing a leg. So, anyway.
We're just gonna be kind of quiet, probably, and just looking at my shadow and stuff. So if other people want to do anything.
Wallace, who are you?
But I'm demolished. Right?
Prove it. Sorry to put you on the spot there.
Well, I know how angry you were about your sister.
And Tony, as this is going on, I'm trying to observe him and everything about him, trying to find if there's any.
It's entirely up to you. It's your role play in this scene. I'm not going to make you do a skill check. You feel free.
Why do you think that I wouldn't be me?
Well, the shadow creature again.
The shadow was me also. It's hard to describe, but we're the same demons. As apparently there are 14 other demolises. And probably there are versions of all of you too, at least of Sebastian. And probably Penny too, wherever she is.
Sorry, this is just the first time we've run into another part of ourselves that was still around more than just a body or a note.
That's fair. Though I wonder if Penny maybe had a shadow back at the castle.
I don't know. Are you all right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I'd probably look at Sebastian and ask if he's all right.
I'm still on the ground. Sebastian's like, yeah, I'm great. I failed 3 strength checks.
Yeah. Because you're holding on to it. It's like you took a 400-pound weight just to the chest, enough where it just threw you back like 30 feet.
Backwards,
Yeah.
and then I still managed to crawl out.
Yeah. You got like a slightly bruised rib, you know? It's hurts. Yeah.
Are you gonna lay there on the ground and hold on to it for a while, or do you want to help up?
Oh, great.
Great.
It looks like he got the wind knocked out, like by being thrown onto his back after dropping 20 meters.
I will go to help him up.
Okay. You help him up.
When you grab his hand, there's wet leaves all over it.
Do I want to know?
That was the kid eventually, evidently. Is
That was-
Martha here?
Yeah, Martha's here. It's fair to say a lot has happened. I'm gonna roll to see if she's just passed out. Like, honestly, most of the villagers are kind of like, but I would say Mio has actually calmed them down. So, nope. Okay, Martha passed out, but I would say Mio is helping her probably. Like you said, you were going over to the villagers and keeping the rest of the villagers calm as they are just shocked. Like they knew something was going to happen, but like a lot has happened very quickly.
Yeah, people got sucked through a portal, shadows jumped onto people, kids turned into leaves. Yeah, this is a very strange thing. People turning into scarecrows.
Yeah, to a medieval era where like magic is like a, you know, like at best maybe the church does something every once in a while. So
I think I'd like to maybe look at the leaves, maybe even take a handful.
okay, that's fine. Yeah, you
Take him and then kill him.
take a handful of leaves.
I am going to go over to Sebastian, and I'm going to God, it's the amulet. Fortunately, I'm trying to find where it's at. Shoot.
Doesn't Mio have the amulet? Mio has
Did I
the
able to
amulet.
finally hand that off to her?
Yeah, you
I
didn't
couldn't
you
remember
give
if I did
that
or
to me?
not.
Which amulet is it?
Yeah, look at my items.
I mean, you have the staff. You're talking about
I do have the
staff.
staff, so I can use
Yeah.
that. I
You still have it. You specifically called out last time that you're waiting to give it to her until after town
Oh.
because you don't want her to realize
Yeah.
you steal it from the church.
yeah.
So it
Right.
is still on your person.
Do you want to
Yeah.
pull out the amulet of the preacher of the town and then use it in front of everyone? You could just use the staff. I'm just throwing those out.
I'll just use the staff, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on him
Okay.
to hopefully alleviate any pains.
Okay. I'm okay with
But
that.
I'm gonna, yeah. When I'm doing it, I am going to do a prayer, basically doing a faux prayer to one of the saints, to kind of make it so if any of the townspeople can hear me,
Mhm.
they will presume it as I am a person of the church.
Given the scenario, since you're doing that, I won't make you make a roll. I'll consider that a success. That's fine with me.
Okay, and yeah, I'll heal him.
Okay. Sebastian, you feel better. Those ribs, pop, 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 just start to come back in place.
You probably hear this. Oh, that's better. Thank you.
Hey, Ray, they finally got those trains back on.
Oh, about fucking time. We had an accident downtown in Salt Lake City at the central location where all the trains come in. And so they've been running trains from the spoke out and back, but not across, with bus bridges to connect them all. Like, that's a
Since
nightmare.
like 11
10
o'clock
this
this morning.
Yeah.
Oof, that's got to be a big interrupt for the day.
Yeah. So Sebastian, thank you, Peter. Appreciate it. What else are you doing? I look at Vetter because he saw Vetter talking with him.
Mhm.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Mio, at this point, you do see shifting in the corn and you're hearing voices as you were paying attention to that. it looks like people are starting to come out. And since you were looking, Mio, you notice that you don't see like the people, like the scarecrows anymore in the cornfield.
They look like people.
You see people starting to move towards you. You don't see scarecrows on like above the corn in like, scarecrowish like posts.
So Mio will specifically stand between the townspeople and the corn. There are the people coming from the corn, because she doesn't know who they are or if they're hostile. So she'll have her weapon drawn and be like, just hold on.
Okay.
Let's make sure it's safe. Like, she's prepared to defend the townspeople.
Quick question, Vetter, do you still look like a badger man?
I do, but I have my hood up all the way.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Okay. Mio, small, shadowy, quick figures dart out of the cornfield and its children as they are running towards everyone else, and they're like, ah, like running, like, because it's like,
Scared kids.
yeah, scared kids, just like, what's going on? And there's like a couple adults as well that maybe panicked. The kids are like, I woke up in the cornfield, where am I? Like, everyone seems to be panicked. You hear some voices in the distance, people calling out from the cornfield, just screaming like, hello? Hello? Is anybody out there? As you realize these people probably just woke up cold alone in the dark in the middle of a cornfield, and you can't see above it because the stalks are so tall, so like, where am I? And that's...
Right.
And they're probably also filthy.
Yeah.
I mean, she's initially thinking that these are townspeople. She'll look back at the four that are with her and say, "You know them?"
They are already running towards them, screaming, "Oh, my little boy!" Like, obvious recognition, right?
Oh, okay. So Mia will put her weapon away, and then she'll start calling out to the other people in the corn, "Follow my voice! We can help lead you!" And then, so you guys, I'm sure, would hear her starting to yell into the corn, "Follow my voice!"
Okay.
Is Martha still here with us, though?
She's passed out on the ground.
Yeah, I rolled like a 5 on her check to just not... Yeah.
You need to carry her back to the house.
Yeah, but let's see if we can get people to come to us first, since we're stationary at the moment.
Yeah, but they can find the house and they can find us.
Well, yeah, but it's a corn maze. You might be the only person here who can actually see what direction is what direction. And Mio is like coming up to your hip. So she's
That's a good point. No, thank you for reminding me. I am the tallest person.
Yeah, no, like I come up midway under spy. I think I'm 4 foot.
Well, and you're probably one of the few people with like low light vision, because remember, not every race gets dark vision anymore. So
I'm pretty sure height-wise, it goes Sebastian, Debalis, Vetter, Tamir, then Mio.
You know what?
No, I think I'm shorter than Mio.
Sebastian, do you mind if I crawl up your shoulders? Will you hold me up and then hand me the torch?
I'm not saying a word. He's bent down.
Yep. So Mio gets up on his shoulders and grabs the torch from whoever's got it, and she starts.
I've got proficiency in acrobatics, so he'll teach you how to just quickly just put your foot up and do this. He'll just lift you up.
Okay.
Great. So Mio's waving the torch, yelling at the people in the cornfield.
Yeah.
Safety, like basically a beacon, trying to get them up.
Like the beacon of Gondor, given all that information, and you're probably like the only light source that people could see. People start heading towards you in mass. Shortly thereafter, you get about 35 people that are in this one brief opening, brief large opening, because corn stalks are laid flat in a 30-foot radius, right, from what was the center. People start coming in. About 35 people make it here. Men, women, children. Looks like a merchant is also with them. You can tell because he's like old dressed. And you guys are surrounded by people. I would say, I guess the only one better. You can make me a disguise, a stealth check with advantage to not be noticed as a badger human.
Tony, you said the merchant. Is he wearing the same clothes as the one from the wagon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick, hide the stuff you stole.
Oh yeah, that's already hidden. I made a great sleight of hand check to hide that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hid it from Mio.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
What's
I
your
love you guys so much.
What's your stealth total?
10.
Mm.
10.
Okay. People are gonna start note like you even realize, oh fuck, I'm a giant furry badger man with kind of my hood up. Like
I'm going to.
People are gonna
do I have
notice.
anything? I will. God, how fast is this spell? 1 second, sorry. Come on, open. Oh, come on, don't do that.
What spell are you looking for?
Seeming.
Yeah.
I clicked on the thing, but the link doesn't always take me where it's supposed to right away. I have to do it twice sometimes.
I've got it up.
Yes, I'm going to cast Seeming
Okay.
on myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to change into a human.
Okay. Given it's night and no one's looking in your direction, I won't make you roll a check, as it's kind of chanty and somatic, but boom, you now look like a human.
All right.
Okay.
While I am doing it, just so I cover my ass for the few people that might be here, I am doing it in a way that looks like a prayer.
Okay.
I'm trying to make it look.
Okay. All right, that's fair. That's fair. No one's looking towards you this time. I'll just let you know. So no need to roll.
Okay.
Automatic success. Okay, you look like a human. Everyone kind of comes in. A couple people stick out. The merchant sticks out, and obviously a man dressed like a priest steps out as well. That you recognize as probably Father Armand Yusei.
Mio will go up to him as the religious leader. That's who she would assume would be the appropriate person. And tell him the child is gone. It's time to get the children, or time to get everybody back to town.
The older, heavier set man kind of looks at you and he's like, "Oh, very good, very good. I would assume that blessings of the Saint Celeste be upon you and your kin. Were you able to banish the boy? Did someone successfully do it? I believe I failed."
She'll gesture to Sebastian and say he was able to get it back to where it belonged.
He looks at Sebastian with a little bit of surprise, seeing you here, as you don't look entirely too human. But you are trying to cover it a little bit.
You forget, I have a disguise proficiency and I was using this.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Okay. He looks at you and it's dark. So he does look upon you and he's like, "Oh, thank you, sir. You said his name was Sorbon?
Sebastian.
Sorbonchon. Yes.
You'll say it because Sebastian itself is actually a French. It can be a French name. He'll say it in the 4 syllables. He'll speak Sebastian.
Oh, yes. Excellent. Of course, let's get everyone out of these cornfields, and you can both tell me what has occurred. I have brief memories of standing in a cornfield and not being able to leave it, but I do not know how much time has passed since the failed exorcism. And he'll walk off with you. Yeah.
Yep. As we're walking back, Mio has one more thing she wants to do. She wants to thank the merchant as they're walking back for the warning. So I don't know if you remember, but thank you.
I think I remember. It is like a dream. It fades as I wake, but I remember looking upon the face of a beautiful young girl and thinking, "Oh, you're in danger. You need to run." And, and shadows and the sun. This is what I remember. A dream. I'm glad to be rid of it, and whatever cruel magics have occurred here.
And she'll say, "Blessings of the church," and again, thank you for the warning, and then walk on.
Makes sense. All of you, the town welcomes the previous people. People actually start throwing a real party. They really celebrate. They're actually happy. Many of the townspeople who are here let everyone else know that you all are to be thanked for helping the town. A lot of the people are more forgiving, especially even welcoming. It seems to be more temperament. The merchant seems a little off put by Demolis, but the rest of the town seems a little bit more thankful for him helping. And the rest of you appear very human, so no other checks needed. Exceptionally grateful to all the human appearing people. They start offering drinks. They start offering money. They start offering other things you could imagine. It is a big celebration, and everyone is very grateful that the town has been, one, liberated by the evil devil boy, and two, they can all now think unhappy thoughts. It's like a visible weight has been lifted off the town, and people start going to their homes, welcoming loved ones they thought would be long gone. The trauma of those buried in the sent to the cornfield, it fades from their memory. It was like it was a dream the entire time. The more you talk to them, the more they start forgetting about whatever was out there.
How does Martha do?
Martha.
I've been trying to make sure she's watched.
You take her back to the house, and she's sad. She always wanted a child. Anthony was a blessing. And think of it like getting the thing you want, and then it's just terrible. She's always wanted a child, and now the one time it happened, it feels tainted. She's sad.
Does she start to forget that? That's the question. I mean, does she remember, or is she doing what the rest of the town people are doing, slowly fading?
Roll me an insight check.
I would love to.
Not a high check. DC is going to be 13.
Insight. Oh, yeah. With bonuses, 7 plus whatever it was, 7 plus 13, 20, dirty 20.
20. She is starting to forget. You notice that the rest of the town is starting to forget too. You estimate that maybe by the morning, when they wake up, they will remember that something happened. They will probably remember that you guys saved them. They won't remember his name. They won't remember what he did or any interactions with him. Because Anthony Bell, like a dream, never existed in the first place.
But we remember.
You remember, as you're trained, stronger minds, maybe your connections to magic, or maybe because you were so close to the portal. You remember. Maybe the priest will remember. But Martha, a regular person, a level 0, no way she's going to make that check.
Thank you, that's helpful.
With that, the scene's yours. You can tell me what you do tonight if you'd like. I'm open for that. If not, we can fast forward to whatever else you wish to accomplish. It is 10:15, which would be kind of early to stop, but I'm okay to montage up to a point, and then if you want to call something a cutting point, I'm up for that as well.
Before we talk about that, are we playing in 2 weeks on the 28th?
Yes.
Yes.
I got nothing
Okay,
going on. It's a long
We're
weekend.
coming back that night. We're coming back that night, but we should be maybe an hour late.
Okay, that's fine. I plan on playing on the 28th if you guys are game, because I'm going to have nothing going on that weekend.
I'm totally good with it. I am totally good with it. I miss this game. I miss you guys.
We miss you guys too.
So, with that, the scenes are yours.
Neo stays very close to people, as many crowds of people as possible, possibly by the church. But she also doesn't want to be outside after some of the things she learned last time. Tony, stop it. Put your fingers down.
You're ruining all my fun.
Yeah. But yeah, she's staying real close to the people.
Okay. Feel free to give me a perception check.
Huh?
For Mio. Sorry.
Oh.
22.
22. 22, you're keeping your eyes open. You don't see him for now.
Okay.
But you are aware of, Anthony mentioned that the bubble was keeping him away and that he was outside.
Yeah.
So you're very aware, you're hyper aware, but you're able to stay within crowds and you're able to stay within homes. You keep within the rules you know.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And anyone else?
I'm keeping an eye out for any other oddities, making sure that nothing came through the other direction.
Okay.
And I'm keeping an eye on the ground because we got to get out of here.
Which means I am getting close to people because I am going to observe their auras and things like that.
Okay. Yeah, feel free to give me a Arcana check.
Okay. Nat 20. That's a 30 total.
Oh.
Natural 20. With a natural 20, you are absolutely certain that the rift is closed. There is nothing coming out of that rift. It is a certainty for you. Anybody else?
I think if I'm talking to some of the people that work scarecrows, without being too jarring to them, can I see if they have any memories while being scarecrows?
Very fair. You talk to people, and they do have memories, and those memories are fading. You are able to put a couple things together. One thing is a little unsettling to you, is that you know their names, but you've never met them before. As if you remember who they were. When they describe the moments of what happened, you get flashes of memory in your mind but from a weird perspective of lying on the ground or against the wall, staring at Anthony as he does the thing. Perspective of the shadow, anchored to Anthony. They will forget, but you won't. Because you were there for it all. Anyone else?
Yeah, Sebastian's curious about. He knows he's changed. He knows that since he came through the portal, things about him have changed. He's less bardic. He's more definitely a paladin. He recognizes that those things have changed enough. what is this experience of trying to save the kid, even knowing the kid was probably going to turn into a pile of leaves? What has that done to him? If that's my decision, I'm fine with it. But is there any type of spiritual thing that he should be thinking about? I don't know how paladins are played in your game.
Yeah.
Maybe not with this switch.
You did the right thing, even though it was hard. You could have let go of Anthony at any point and carried him through.
I could have thrown his ass through.
You could have, but you didn't because that might hurt him. It's one of those things where you feel more connected to your oath. At this point, if you would like to transition another level to Paladin, you may. I'd allow that. You have fulfilled your oath. You have done more towards it. That I have no issue with. You're not gaining a level, but you can choose a transition one. But you do feel more in touch with that Paladin, and you do have more justification to take more levels.
I also want to say you're a cruel bastard. Because I just looked at my XP sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at, get this, folks, 63,994, meaning that I am 6 points away from leveling. That is messed up, man. That is messed up, man.
63?
63,994 is what's on the sheet. I'm looking at the sheet.
It's very close.
Thanks.
Like, it's hard to get closer. You kill more boars.
Not a lot, but
That's mean.
Yeah. You just have to kill 6 more boars. That's all you got to do, right?
Give me some goblins. I killed some of the scarecrows. I might have XP'd up.
Yeah. Could have clubbed a couple of the kids as they walked by or something. You know, like, ah! Jesus.
I'm just saying, man, this is just mean.
Why did I lose a level of paladin? I feel robotic now. Oh, Jesus.
Get me, push me over, and I'll figure out what the hell to do.
Anything else, Tamir? Anything, or you're just ready to go, right?
I am just I'm assisting as much as I can with shell-shocked people, frankly.
Right. At this point, this town, whenever you want, they are willing to give you hearth and home, right? You are the saviors of this town. They will preach.
They're ready to give us what?
Hearth and home, right? They're ready to let you stay.
Hearth and home.
Yeah.
Okay. I heard birth, and I was like, what?
No, God, no.
Did I just miss?
They create Demolises. They can create more Tamirs.
Nobody wants more Tamirs.
Yeah, they're right. We've established there's only one. But yeah, no, they're ready to give you. You are basically, you guys are able to stay here, come back here. These people are like, no, this is our guy. They will lie for you. The church is very amenable to you here. It is the Church of Saint Celeste. It's more of a positive church. They're willing to provide some healing services if you need it. They don't have much in the way of money, but they are willing to give you sanctuary if you need it under the banner of Saint Celeste. The church is willing to sign for you if you need papers to give you travel. The priest here is willing to sign. These people are from our town. They have my blessing. It might even be able to get you introductions into other churches that are amenable to Saint Celeste if you would like it as well.
I think we get those papers.
Yeah.
Just to have them in our back pocket. I think that's a good thing.
So, you have a letter of introduction from the Church of Saint Celeste, specifically from give me a second for his name, Father Armand Musset. I'm going to put that in the chat for the name. I'm probably butchering it.
same no matter who you are.
And with that, you get all the finest beer and liquor this town has, which is probably not the best, but it'll get you drunk if you want it.
Same here, cute person home.
And with
It
that,
will. Hey, that is a different character. This character doesn't get hammered all the time. She's a whore, but I mean, come on.
I didn't say that. I said you could take someone home. I was working with you hard enough.
Vetter gets
I get
hammered and takes somebody home. He does both.
Say what?
I'm the whore in the other game.
I love it. All right, well, whatever you imagine, I'm okay with. That's fine. Fade to black.
Yep. The next morning, I do want to ask if I have the opportunity. I want to ask our guide what the main trade economies are in oh god, what's the name of the town we're going to?
You're going to Zymes.
Zyme.
Zyme. In Zymes. What would be best to sell there?
That's a good question. Send me an email on that. I will look it up. I have a huge write-up of Zymes.
Because if I can buy it here for cheap, I'm going to, so I can sell it there for more.
I mean, they have an obscene amount of corn.
Yeah. let's make this merchant trail happen, because that's what I'm good at.
The merchant is willing to give you his wagon. He's going to take the rest of his goods, but he's like, "You saved me. Here, take the wagon if you want it."
I'll take the second wagon. I'm there for that. Yeah.
And I will say that you load the wagon up with bushels of corn. Just make note of that.
Okay.
Ray doesn't even want to look at corn right now. I can only imagine how bad this party was. Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm totally willing to take the bushels so we can sell them. We want the money.
Does the wagon include the 2 horses?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to be sure we're on the same page with that.
Yeah.
That is a nice reward.
You know, I kind of want to make a sheet for us that's party loot stuff.
You might want to, especially with how much corn you have, right? Because you can sell that. So
yeah, because we have a wagon of our own, and we can keep stuff with the wagon.
And the measurement is a wagon of corn. I don't want to figure out how much that is. I'll just assume how much a wagon.
Aren't you from Iowa?
Wow.
Okay.
I'm from the city, folk, right? We know of corn.
Oh my God! It's just okay. First off, let's get real. There's like 2 cities in maybe 3 cities in Iowa.
That's true.
And they're all surrounded by corn. You can't go anywhere without seeing corn. So
Okay, first off, we're not known for corn. We're known for pigs.
Yeah, right.
Iowa is the number 2 pig-producing state because North Carolina is number 1.
And yet it's still our biggest producer.
Well, we're not arguing that. You also are the most terraformed state in the union. You know that, right?
Oh, I'm aware. Yeah, yeah.
If we weren't so hung up on biodiesel or on ethanol, we'd be the number 1 food producing state in the world.
Number 1.
If
you were your own country, you would be the number 1 food producing country in the world.
Iowa technically has the fertile enough soil. If we were just producing food, we could actually feed a good portion of the world if we were just producing food.
Well, yeah, but shareholders have to also receive money.
Interesting facts.
Biodiesel.
I took an agriculture class in high school. One of the things we had to look up or figure out was that there was a weird paper on it.
Yeah, from Iowa, that tracks.
That does, actually.
All right. Well, good job, everybody. Next game, think about what you want to do. I assume you are going to Zymes. So I will prepare Zymes as much as I can, keeping in mind you do have a letter of introduction from the church, right? So you've gained that. That's going to open a couple doors for you, and of course you have a wagon of corn with you as well.
Okay. Just to confirm, we're ending game with a long rest, and we're starting next session, episode 42, in the morning after the long rest, correct? At like 8 a.m. for my notes for game time?
We faded to black, so yeah, I gotta hope so, because I don't want to have to explain to you what I just did the last 2 weeks.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'm going to figure out XP for tonight. I'll get that out to you guys. You guys have 8 role play points. You've done 7 skill challenges. You have found out three secrets. And you have beaten a plot. Beating a plot is 1,000 XP in its own. So, which is more than 6. So,
thank you.
Have your character leveled. If you're pretty certain this will level you, I'm pretty sure it's going to be at least probably 2,000 experience, give or take. So.
Well, Tony, that's going to put me real close. So if you have that ready.
Are you 10 or are you 9?
I'm not. I'm currently 9.
Yeah, I'm currently 9 myself.
Okay. Do you guys want me to figure out XP? If you want, I'll stop streaming and we'll figure out XP.
It doesn't have to be tonight. Tony, you can do it tomorrow because we're just playing board games. So.
I mean, I'm probably going to figure it out tonight anyways, because what else am I going to do?
Okay.
That's fine, but I'm going to get the hell off this thing.
Yeah.
Beat.
All right. I will see you guys on episode 42 in Zymes.
If I don't see you all.